South Africa's economy registered a disappointing 0.6% rate of economic growth in 2024 and is expected to grow at regions below 1.5% this year. StatSA will release the number for the first 3 months of the year tomorrow, and our business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo is looking into why the Reserve Bank specifically highlighted the sluggish growth in key economic sectors like manufacturing as concerning. She joins us now from the inner city in Johannesburg. Ntokozo, good morning. You know, hunting for growth in this economy is almost like hunting for unicorns, it would seem. Elusive.
Yeah, absolutely, Iman. You are absolutely correct, especially when we consider that a lot of manufacturers are dealing with increased competition for both the formal and informal markets from neighboring countries, or at least that was the story of Italtal that we spoke to a little bit earlier today. But I am now at Lesco, that manufactures products that you may have seen at your Pep or Macro or any other retailer in the country for that matter. And I'm with the CEO, that's Jonathan Shapiro. Jonathan, thank you so much for talking to us and allowing us on your floor. Now, earlier on in Iman's segments, they spoke about, you know, the job creation efforts that government is making. In your factory here, really dealing with disadvantaged or disabled people that you employ here. Talk us through what it is that you do and how you are working through the economic headwinds.
Sure. So at Lesco, we employ people living with disabilities. It's something that we've been focusing on for over 26 years. And the way that we're approaching the current economic climate is working very closely with our customers to localize their offshore procurement locally. So in the past 6 months, we've worked with 2 major retailers where we've gone to them, we've proposed certain solutions to them, enabling us to make products here in South Africa to supply them at better pricing than what they were paying from China. So strategic relationships, very important, and then diversifying our product portfolio, which we've done recently in the last 3 months.
And you walked us through the floor, Jonathan, and we really did see what localization actually looks like on the ground. Just talking about some of those headwinds and navigating through it, what's your forecast as the industry for growth over the next year? Optimistic?
We're optimistic because we think that we can still compete better with China. And if the last 6 months of our new strategy is anything to go by, we think in our business that there's opportunity. I think overall it's going to be quite a tough year for most people and for consumers. But for Lesco, in our environment, the way that we manufacture and the way that we approach relationships, we're fairly optimistic with what we can achieve in the next 6 to 12 months.
And Jono, one thing that's still up in the air for a lot of business people when they're planning and making their forecasts is, of course, those U.S. tariffs. They've been frozen until the 9th of July. You did clarify that they don't impact your business much, but how are you planning just around those U.S. tariffs?
So we're trying to use it to our advantage, where we're renegotiating some of our terms with some of our product development R&D centers that we work with overseas. So directly, no negative impact to Lesco. Indirectly, we think it does have a negative impact to some of our clients. But what we're trying to do is use it to our advantage to work closer with our Chinese or Indian or any of our offshore partners where we do product development, to get better costings from them and to make it work for the South African economy.
Well, Jonathan, thank you so much for those insights. We'll continue that chat, Iman, with Jonathan Shapiro, who is the CEO here at Lesco. It is a family-run business, been running for over 26 years, and they've experienced those different economic cycles. And he's highlighting just the importance of localization and strategic partnerships to make, localization work, keep prices low for consumers, remaining competitive when compared to products flooding the market from China. But of course, there are still headwinds that manufacturers such as Lesco do face. But true to being a South African, remaining resilient through it all, Iman, I will be heading out to another manufacturer in a different sector of the market out in Edenvale to hear what unique headwinds they are facing there and how they are approaching it there. But here at Lesco, it seems localization and strategic partnerships being some of the ways that they are navigating this sluggish economic environment, Iman.